This is going to be a quick preview of how to use the Birdweather PUC for field recording. As you can see, I've got this set up to power it up through a USB port on the top, which is much preferable than having to pop open the back and use the double A's. The other advantage is that it turns on and off by simply turning on and off, removing the power, so you don't have to actually hit the button every time you want to actually turn on and off the recorder. So I've got the power bank up here, I've got a cable, and I've got a built-in USB switch. So to turn it on, all I have to do is hit the button and it turns green, and then it starts turning blue. Hit it once. Now that means it's in record mode. So all I have to do now is just let it run, and when I'm done, all I have to do is turn the power off, and then that's all there is to it. And this is kind of a preferable setup. I've got a little 90-degree USB port here, adapter, since if you try putting it in straight in, it tends to work itself loose. But we'll come back when I'm done. It's going to be probably about an hour and a half walk, and we'll see what I see. Okay, I've gotten home. I turned off the recorder, pulled up the Birdweather app. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn the PUC back on with the cable switch and wait for it to find the internet. Okay, it's gone live. I hit the PUC and I go to the SD card and it says soundscapes pending. So I got 549 recordings in about an hour and a half. It's not unusual to have well over 1,000 for a day out. So what I'm going to do then is I just hit upload. Now the PUC itself doesn't analyze bird calls, but it records them, and then they're loaded onto their servers, which does the analyzing. So I'm going to go ahead and hit upload. And depending on your internet, this can take quite a while. So I'm going to go ahead and pause this and turn it back on once it's complete. We'll see how long it takes to upload and analyze all these. 549. I've unpaused it for just a second so you can get some idea of how quickly this uploads. So it goes from 21 to 26. It'll probably take about 10 or 15 minutes. Okay, it's almost done. It took about a half an hour. But I was actually out about 2 hours. It's typical to get about 1,000 what they call soundscapes in a 4-hour period. You notice that it's just constantly recording when it's out in the field. It's not recognizing birds and then only recording those. It's only until you upload them that it goes through each one and decides whether or not that's a bird. Two other things to note: it has a GPS, but those coordinates don't get uploaded with the files to iNaturalist, and also these are saved as FLAC files, which is FLAC. It's a lossless compressed format, and iNaturalist will not take those directly. At least they didn't before. I put in a feature request for that, but I don't believe anything's come of it. So there are plenty of free apps to convert FLAC to WAV files. And then what I usually do is I take the one recording from each species and run it through the sound program Audacity, and then export that as a WAV file. So we're up to 529 to 549. You can see you can watch it as it's going around the park. I don't normally care too much about the exact location of a sound, because who knows really where the bird was when it was singing. It could have been anywhere. As long as I normally, for iNaturalist, I just group all the sounds together and put it right in the middle of the park. Okay. Yeah, this is a little slower than normal. This could either be my internet or maybe their servers are getting bogged down, but like I said, this is pretty typical of what you can expect. This isn't one advantage to having their servers do all the filtering is it's worldwide. So here in South Carolina, if I were to get a bird from California, it would recognize it, assuming it's a decent enough recording. You know, unlike, say, something like a Merlin, where you have to have individual regional packs of software. Okay, so it downloaded them all. And then I go back to the bird, and it said that it recognized 10 species. 28 pine warblers, 15 phoebes. Okay, none of these wood ducks. Okay, I thought I saw those, but I wasn't sure okay, none of these are particularly surprising. These are all ones I've seen at this park numerous times before. Let's go back to that one. So these are the individual detections that it picked up. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to pause it here and go to the web-based program. Okay, so here's the web version. Everything that it recorded, it detected, it also uploaded onto their website. So everybody can see what it is I saw. And if I just want to look at the ones that I did today, I hit the little filter, hit the station. My station is PUC 9622. Let's see. And let's say I wanted to just look at the pine warblers that were there. And I go last 24 hours, and then I update the filters. Okay, so these are all the pine warblers that it saw today, and I can go through and listen. The number scheme here is 0 through 10, and it's a combination of how likely something is and how good the recording is and how good of a match they think it is. So 8's pretty good. That's a solid. So I can pick any one of these and listen to it. So typically what I would do is, of those 10 species that were recorded, I would sort on each individual one, pick the best one, run that one through Audacity to knock down all the low frequency noise, the road noise, and normalize the volume. And then I will upload that one to iNaturalist. And just so people can see what other recordings were available at that same place in the same park, you can hit share and it will give you a link. And so I'll copy this and put it with I'll pick one of these pine warblers, upload that to iNaturalist, and then copy this link also to that observation, so that if somebody wants to go back and do a deep dive and see what the master recordings look like, they can. So, a little bit kludgy, but it works really well. I've recorded plenty of things that I didn't hear as I was walking about, but it does miss some things, and it does, since their servers recognize everything all over the world, occasionally you'll get some really strange IDs, but you can delete those. Anyway, I hope this was helpful. I've been playing with this thing for about a year now, and I'm still using it. I found it to be useful.